Is your garden hose leaking at the faucet? I'll show you a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to fix your hose for each set, plus 2 clamps. Now, I'm not crazy about these clamps on the hose because they can snag. In a future video, I'm going to show you another method other than these clamps to use, but that's for a later video. Let's get to the hose and make this. Here's the hose that's damaged in. This isn't an extremely expensive hose, run-of-the-mill type hose. But like I said, it's 100 feet long. Rather than dumping this and picking up another one, I'm going to reuse it. The rest of the hose is fine. When you're making the cut, you want to make it as even as you can get it. About over here should be fine. Okay. Now, if you have a smaller diameter hose, you have to buy a smaller diameter fitting. There's a couple of ways to go about this. You can put a little bit of oil on here in the fitting and try getting it in. You could put the hose into a cup of hot water or boiling water. If you leave that out in the sun, you could probably just slide it right on. I have this in hot water. I stuck this cup in the microwave for a couple of minutes. We'll see if that works. If this doesn't work, another option is if you have a heat gun, you can hit the end of this hose with a heat gun. Okay, let's give it a try. Hose is very pliable now. Try to keep everything in focus here. Okay, so I tighten this up. And that's it. As I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of these clamps for garden hoses. I have another method to clamp this on, but this is what comes with the unit. So now you have a brass fitting at the end of the hose. You have a rubber washer, and this is not going to leak. And again, if you need a short hose, you could cut this hose, bring it to any length that you want. If you have a split in the hose, they do have adapters that, but if it's a split somewhere near the end over here, you could just cut it off, lose a little bit of the hose, and use this fitting again. This is a go-to for me. I can't see throwing out 100-foot of hose for a little fitting on the end. Now, if the hose was shot, if it was all brittle, breaking up, cracking, that's another story. There's only so much you could do. But on something like this, I can't see throwing this hose out and then into the landfill. Plus, I have this box of fittings over here. I have several hoses between the garden, the chickens, car washing, and everything else. I have quite a few hoses. So these won't be going to waste. At some point, I will be using them. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Give it a like. It does help. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit that Joe Z icon. And not to miss my new videos as I upload them, be sure to ring the bell. Until next time, stay safe.